Imagine this is you. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're sound asleep. And the baby starts screaming from the other room, which is really scary if you don't have a baby. But he's screaming from the other room, and your nerves are jangled. By the nod of your head, how many of you would say the baby's to blame for your jangled nerves? Well, the problem with that is when you do that, or let me give you this one, your nerves are jangled when you watch the news. Any nods? When you do that, you stop yourself from the most critical success principle there is, the number one core principle that I've been certified the last 11 years to teach. And that principle is you must take 100% responsibility for your life. Now, I can imagine you might be thinking, but Marilyn, I'm not responsible for the pandemic or the state of the economy or the strip of gray hair popping out of my head. Well, maybe so. But this I know for sure. When you act as if you're 100% responsible, life works better. Go like this if you want life to work better. Yeah. And so to do that, you need to give up some things. Blaming, complaining, and making excuses for why things are the way they are. And you might think, how do I do that? Well, you're in luck because there is a formula that you can use to do that. And the formula is E plus R equals O. E stands for events. Now, event could be good. You get booked at full fee for your next virtual training. That's a good event. Or an event could be that the love of your life says, I can't stand one more day with you in quarantine in this house. Not so good event. R is the response, how you respond to the events in life. And O is the outcome. Now, when we don't like the outcomes in our life, we tend to blame the events, the spouse, the politicians, the media. And that's coming from a weak place because where is our power? Our power is always in our response. So we want to really look at that response and what we can do with it. So let me give you an example. Event. Here we go. Event. You get fired. Response. You spend the next 3 months binge watching Netflix with your 2 new best friends, Ben and Jerry. And the outcome? You still don't have a job, but now you're 10 pounds heavier. So if you don't like the outcome you're in, you could go back to how you respond. And maybe you take Zoom classes to re-educate and prepare. Maybe you get an accountability partner who will help you exercise and stay active during this pandemic. And you update your LinkedIn profile. And the outcome is you're now prepared for when the opportunity for employment comes, you're ready. So E plus R equals O. Now, I was teaching this to a group, and a woman named Erin, who is a director of a school for troubled youth, happened to be in the room. She went back and went into one of the classrooms and taught E plus R equals O to the students. A few days later, she's sitting in her office, and a boy comes running through the hall screaming, Miss Erin, I've got to talk to you. She goes out, what's going on? I was out on the playground and Jeff pushed me, so I pushed him back. He knocked me to the ground. I rolled on top of him and I was about to punch his teeth in. And I realized this is an event. But I couldn't remember the rest of the formula. So I got myself up and I ran to see, what is it? And she said, you did the rest of the formula. You changed your response to get a better outcome. So my request to you is when you find yourself blaming, complaining, or making an excuse, stop and say out loud, this is an event. Because that small shift will help you realize that you have power. You can choose your response.